What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ. It's time to continue on my list of top 100 games of all time. This time, we're doing 60 through 56. Coming in at number 60 is a game that was a massive deal on the Super Nintendo, and that is Donkey Kong Country.
I remember having a subscription to Nintendo Power when this game was first announced, and they sent out a VHS tape to subscribers showcasing the game and some interviews with the developers. It had everybody talking about how fantastic it looked, and when Donkey Kong Country finally dropped, it blew everyone away and then some. The diverse levels, unlockable secrets, and some of the best graphics the SNES could offer, this was another one of those games where if you didn't own it at the time, you were missing out. The sequels that spawned as a result were also pretty great, but the first one will always hold the biggest place in my heart for the series. Frankly, Donkey Kong Country still holds up today as a super fun experience. I can't recommend it enough.
Coming in at number 59 is a trilogy of games that I was just curious about and thought looked kind of cool. So I started playing the first one just out of sheer curiosity and ended up playing all three games right in a row just because it was that damn good. And that is the Banner Saga trilogy.
I decided to check out the first game in this trilogy a couple years ago on a whim. I could not stop playing until I finished all three back to back. The story is full of twists and turns, guided by player choice with real consequences. Full of randomized events and a really fun tactical combat system, the Banner Saga truly is a wonderful experience for anyone looking to take a super fun and emotional roller coaster of a journey. I also really love the Norse fantasy type setting, and plan on replaying it sometime in the future to see what other outcomes I can get from my choices. Do not let these games pass you by. You won't regret it.
At number 58 is a quadrilogy of games. This is also one that I'm keeping together simply because playing one just really isn't that satisfying. You have to get the full story because it's just that good. And if you really want the full story, you would have to watch the anime and play some of the other games, and there's just so much to it. But this original quadrilogy was a lot of fun to play, and I really enjoyed the characters and had a good time with it. And that is Dot Hack, the original quadrilogy.
I remember when the Dot Hack series first came out on the PS2. It was such a wild idea. A simulated, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Sounded like the perfect formula for introverts who wanted the feel of playing with people online, but without the actual people. I jumped on it when it released, and played the first 3 games when they first came out, loading my save from one game to the next. I didn't finish the 4th one though until very recently, when I decided to play through all 4 games again to finally roll credits on the last game. My initial plan was to split them up over the course of a year, and take breaks between games to avoid getting burnt out. However, I ended up getting so into it that I played all 4 games back to back and couldn't have been happier. I'm really glad they remastered the Dot Hack GU trilogy, which I plan on playing very soon, but I really hope we see the same treatment for the original 4 games as well.
At number 57 is a game that comes from a long line of games in the same series, but I would put this near the top as obviously one of the best in said series, and that is Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride.
While Final Fantasy has always been my go-to JRPG series, Dragon Quest has always been there, looking over my shoulder waiting for me to also give it its fair chance. I finally took the plunge a few years ago and started from the first game and slowly worked my way through the series. I liked the gameplay of 1 through 4 well enough, but the story and characters didn't blow me away like the Final Fantasy series. That is, until I played 5. Wow. Seeing the journey your character takes from beginning to end, and not even being the quote, legendary hero, but instead being the one tasked with finding said hero was such a unique spin on a classic story formula. Factor in the player choices that actually have meaningful impact on the story, as well as the well-established and fun Dragon Quest gameplay and exploration, and I was absolutely hooked on this game from start to finish. It's a great entry into the series if you're looking to get your feet wet.
And finally, coming in at number 56 is a game that is a stranger to no one who played the N64. That is GoldenEye 007.
If Star Fox 64 was the game that everyone who owned a Nintendo 64 wanted, GoldenEye 007 was the game that made everyone want to own a Nintendo 64. This game literally had parties dedicated to it where people would hold tournaments and play through all hours of the morning. If there was any kind of social gathering at someone's house, chances are at some point you'd see an N64 with GoldenEye showing up with a line of people shouting, "I got next!" While this game doesn't necessarily hold up today as well as some of the other N64 games out there, it still holds a solid place in video game history as one of those titles that brought countless people to the hobby.
There you have it, guys. Another video come and gone. Got another one coming. Well, I got plenty more coming, but I have another one already shot and ready to go. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep rolling these out as much as I can. They take a while to edit, but I'm having a fun time doing it, as I mentioned in the past. So just keep your eyes open and notifications, all that fun stuff. You know, the YouTube drill. You've been here before 1,000 times over. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, keep on gaming.